So today we have a guy by the name of Dan Rivera, and he is a doll handler for the infamous demonic doll Annabelle. Now I keep telling you guys, playing with evil, playing with darkness doesn't only come with a physical death, it comes with the second death, which is the spiritual death, which is separation from God eternally. Dan opened doors for demonic possession that he couldn't control. Dan became obsessed that he ended up promoting this doll more and more, who was possessed with the horrifying spirit behind it. Rivera was found dead while on his Devils on the Run tour. The name for that tour is super alarming in itself. Now I wanted to read this article with you and then watch a clip. He had stopped in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania during his Devils on the Run tour on Sunday evening. Emergency services got a request for help for a man matching Rivera's description being given CPR. His death was confirmed by the New England Society for Psychic Research, which was hosting the tour. Rivera's official cause of death hasn't been released. The investigator has been remembered as a beloved friend who was passionate about educating others on paranormal activity. All three of his shows scheduled for the Gettysburg stop were sold out. We are heartbroken and still processing this loss, wrote the society. Dan truly believed in sharing his experiences and educating people on the paranormal. His kindness and passion touched everyone who knew him. Rivera, who was a U.S. Army veteran, was working as the lead investigator for the society when he has died. His death came just months after he achieved viral fame on TikTok by posting about his paranormal tour and findings on the historic doll. The real Annabelle, a Raggedy Ann doll, has been blamed for several eerie paranormal attacks over the decades. The toy was first given to a student nurse, Donna, in 1970 as a gift from her mother. Donna claims that Annabelle would move from room to room without explanation and wrote eerie notes that said, "Help us." A friend of Donna's mother named Lo even claimed that one time when staying at their home, he woke up to a feeling of being strangled and had scratches on his body. He remembers watching his horror as Annabelle stared at him during the attack, according to the society. Donna's mom and her nurse called a medium who told them the story of a girl named Annabelle Higgins who was found dead at the age of 7. They then called paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, who inspired the Conjuring films to look into these eerie claims. In a lecture given at Rutgers University in 1987, the Warrens claimed that Annabelle would slash people's skin with her psychic powers. They said that a priest threw the doll across the room once and said, "No doll or demon is stronger than God," before running his car into a tree. The doll was being held at the Warrens' Occult Museum in Monroe, Connecticut until 2019 when Lorraine died and the museum closed. Legend has it that a man was killed by the doll after he banged on its case despite being warned not to touch it. Rivera, who was mentored by the couple, took ownership of Annabelle and hoped to continue their work with his research and tour. His sudden death came after the Warren family had to squash claims that the doll had disappeared. My brothers and sisters, when you glorify or promote occult-like cursed objects, you're inviting spiritual darkness into your life. The Bible warns us clearly, have nothing to do with fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them. The enemy only wants to steal, kill, and destroy. This is a perfect example of it. This is a reminder that evil is not a game and it's nothing to play with. Instead, turn to the one who conquered death and darkness, the Lord Jesus Christ, and walk into the light. This whole system of glorifying demonic objects and games like Ouija boards is nothing but a trap to keep us in spiritual bondage. Now let's watch this clip on Dan Rivera.
Case and moved Annabelle into it. We had an event that evening. When we were returning her back to the museum, there was a St. Michael pendant on that case on the lock. And once we entered into the museum, that pendant flew off the case and flew across the room. I thought that was very strange, but it caught me off guard. Maybe that was Annabelle saying I didn't want to be in that case.
Okay, and of course, as you mentioned, it is blessed on the regular by a priest, right, that also travels.
As we can see, Dan literally with his own eyes witnessed paranormal situations, but yet he chose to promote it because he became obsessed. In the interview, they also stated that a high priest would come and bless the doll regularly. And now the reason that the high priest would come and bless this doll by doing this is because they know that they're dealing with something spiritual, something evil, and they want to try and control it with holy rituals. The fact that they do this still proves that the world knows there's real evil out here, but they still choose to play with it anyways. Keep your eyes focused on the Lord Jesus Christ, man, during these horrible times that we're facing in this spiritual warfare that we're all a part of, my brothers and sisters. God bless.